going here. Fix my shirt. Not the late night stream. I need to stop calling them late night streams because they're just always late at night. I don't do morning streams. So just a stream. That's kind of where we're at right now. Let me streams because need that. There we go. Friday, August 30th. We are 1 week out from the start of beta testing. Still some work to do on the app. We do have Tour Life mostly wrapped up now. Did a little bit more work on it today, but was kind of showing the season finish on the stream I did yesterday. I think that was yesterday. Don't need that up right now. There we go. So Tour Life is coming together. Profile. Where's my emulator? There we go. Profile works. Really just trying to get everything ready. There's a chance I'll end up disabling Tour Life for the first week of beta testing. It does work. You can use it. I've demonstrated it during these streams, but right now it looks exactly the same as the base tournaments. Match play is probably not going to be up and running by the start of beta testing. That is something I will build out with a live stream, but I don't think it's going to look different enough from the base tournaments, at least as of next week, for me to really want to show it. I want Tour Life to be a different experience. I don't know. We'll see. That's kind of the way I'm leaning right now. But one thing that is not in the app, which I think does need to be for beta testing, is a tutorial. And I'm not really doing a full-on tutorial, but what I am doing is essentially the guides that pop up at each of the views. I've built it out for a couple of them. So here we've got this explanation. Go to your course list. Essentially my goal is going to be to try to build these out for a lot of the views tonight. Get these all up and running. My hope is that we make some more coding progress through Monday. We got the 3-day weekend. Tuesday, I want to go in and actually pull all the variables together. So right now, nothing's saving. So every time you launch the app, I launch the app in the emulator, this view pulls up, the main menu view pulls up. The tutorial's not actually disabling buttons. Like there's just some minor stuff that isn't pulled together, really for the sake of me being able to test faster with the emulator. If I want to go to a tournament, it's kind of annoying to have to go through the courses tutorial first. But that's the way it will be set up on first time app launch. But my hope is on Tuesday to pull all of that together so that the app is essentially in like version 1.0 form where everything works. Everything is already saving currently. I'm just not reading those save values. So we'll read all of those. So that when you buy something in the shop, you win a tournament, you win money. The in-app currency, all of that is saved, which is already the case. But then the next time you open the app, it's all still there. That's one line of code for each of the variables. It's easy. Haven't added it for the sake of testing, but my hope is that on Tuesday I'll go through all of that together. On Wednesday and Thursday I'll be doing my own testing, trying to put some of the finishing touches in terms of functionality, and making sure that I'm set up to start sending out emails to beta testers on Friday. So that is the goal. One thing that needs to be in there though is the tutorial. Got my sparkling water here. I think I'm addicted to sparkling water. I don't think that's a thing, especially with like the Mio, like off-brand Mio in it. That's pretty good. Okay. Off subject. Tutorials. A little stuff to do today. So we've got courses. I'm trying to decide if I want things to be disabled. Oh, what do we think? My thought right now is that it needs to be at some point anyways before next week, so I might as well do it right now. I think that's the way I'm leaning. That seems the easiest. That's what we're going to roll with. I am going to have to, I think, break out... Where's the tutorials at? What did I even save that under? User management? Yeah. I'm going to need to use the RiverPod system, I think, just so everything's actually updating. Well, do I need to? I feel like I do. That seems the easiest. Not coming up with a good reason not to. I think we're going to try that, start with it. And we can just do it as one single variable for all of the tutorials, and then I'll just label them appropriately. So I don't need to read a bunch of different variables for every single tutorial. It can all just be the same one. And that's how we are going to set it up in this. So let's go here, and it's essentially what I've already created, this list bool. That's what we're going for. I need my imports. What's all this stuff? What are my errors here? Did I just remove it? Or it's just because the name is in there twice, right? Surely that's the issue. That's what I'm going to hope. I don't know what that was. Let me... I think I killed my webcam. Be right back. All right, I don't know what... Can I get it back on here? Yeah. I don't know what that was. I had our front door unlocked. It sounded like someone came in, but there's no one in here. Anywho, so we've got this. Let's just call... I'm going to create some issues here initially, but it needs to be done. I'm going to call it tutorials. List bool. Then I think return. We should probably just return a list that says false. Yeah. Update tutorial values. List bool. New values. State equals. New values. What's my issue up here? Oh, I still have this. Good now? Think so? Or maybe I do have the disabled and I just have these set to true so they're showing. That could very well be it. Let's set all those to false. Tutorials provider. Tutorials list bool. And then I think what we need to do is just come here and comment this out. Number of tutorials. We can still utilize this. That's still great. already got the function there to save it to the user defaults, and then we'll just read that on app launch. That one's fine by me. Let's get rid of this. We just need to comment out this whole class. And I'm going to have a few errors here. I should in the courses as well, yeah. Those are the two spots I was really reading it at. I'm just going to copy and paste this to the bottom. Move it down here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Still good here. I think so. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. It's giving me a warning message, but I think we're good. So now we're just using the RiverPod system here to update. I think the only question is how flexible do I want this to be? Set number of variables I can add to it, I guess, can be the thought there. I think so. I think we roll with that. Main menu, we need to load tutorial values on the app launch. Can I think I can just roll with everything in the same container here. So let's do a load tutorial values. We can call load tutorials completed container. And then way down here, load tutorials completed. Container. And this way we're set up to read the information that we need to. Download reward. That's from app launch. Download reward values. These I'm going to have to set to include the container as well, because I'm going to have to use the rewards. Your currency is going to have to be set up on the same system, so I'm going to have to rework that as well, but we'll focus on the tutorials for right now. Then I need this line and an async in there. Async. So wait. And then let's go. I could just read it. No, let's not do that. Let's not read it directly. Where do I check? Defaults. Yes. Have I utilized the JSON decode? I don't know. JSON functions. I have there, but that's not quite what I'm looking for. I want to know, is there anywhere else I even do that? I don't think so. It's probably just a better question for ChatGPT, but essentially for a list of bools, I have to, when I'm saving it to the defaults, it has to be through this JSON decode method. And I don't know. Temp values equals defaults get string. Just from the key. Can I do this? No? Oh. That's not where that's supposed to go. I wonder what that looks like. Tutorials completed key. I don't know. I have saved. Let's just try this. Print temp values. Temp values. Let's see if this kicks something out for me. What? Oh, I've got a bunch of errors. It's not going to run, huh? Okay. Where's it at? Just that. That's just not the way that this is going to be set up. And if I comment that out, I'm going to get an issue. Yeah. Final tutorials completed is equal to watch tutorials provider. Getting away with no issues there, at least. It's not going to work as intended, but I think this is at least going to be enough for me to restart. All kinds of error. End of input at character. Huh? Surely that's related to this, right? JSON decoder convert. I just hate how it doesn't give me a location for where the error is even at. Like, I can certainly assume that it's this, but where does it tell me that? It doesn't. Changing type. All right, let's try a little ChatGPT search here. Let's go over here. Decode this key back into an array of integers. The issue I have to do this workaround is, for whatever reason, Dart has the ability to let you set strings, integers, doubles, bools. You can even set an array of strings. What I cannot set is an array of integers. And it's annoying to me to have to go through and convert all of my integers to strings when I save it, and then when I reload it, convert them all back into integers. I don't want to do that. And so instead I ended up finding this convert method. That's kind of annoying. So it wants this. Course information. That is fine. So is equal to defaults. Getting the string, a JSON string is not equal to null. Is equal to decoding list bool temp values. And then this becomes a bool. I don't need to do anything here because we're not returning anything. And here I need my container.read, I think container.read tutorials provider update tutorial values temp values. And we can't just do an else. Well, no, that should be fine. We don't even need the else because I think the way that I have it set up by default, I'm setting everything to false, which is the intention. So I think that should be working. Let's see if I get that error again. Got something in my eye. I'm getting an error. Double. Oh, I didn't actually change the key. My bad. Take two. Does not seem like we got an error yet. I think we're working there. Okie dokie. So it seems like we're loading the tutorial values in now. We can get rid of this. Got my decode function as intended. I guess we could just do them in order based on how I have them set up in the tutorials. That probably makes the most sense. I don't think we need this one out currently. Welcome message tutorial. So we do have that one. That's on the main menu. I am watching it on pressed. And I did just rename it, which is why I'm not getting the issue. That makes sense. Where is, it's way up here. Yeah. What button? Am I gonna have issues putting it up here? I very well might. Gonna need this. Let's go to the main menu. And then under set state, tutorials, provider, update tutorial values. On pressed. When I go to update tutorial values, am I updating all of them? I am. Yes, I am. What is the right way to go about this? I don't know. How do I want to set this up? Can I throw a watch under here? I think if I take this, and like, I didn't want to copy that. Come on. Copy an empty space. Does work. Tutorials completed 0 is equal to true. Tutorials completed. I feel like I want a degree of separation there. Var temp tutorials is equal to tutorials completed. Temp tutorials 0 is equal to true. I don't know if this is actually necessary, but it makes me feel better. So we're going to go for it. So here we should be saving it to 1 then. Let's try this. Get my message. And courses pops up. So that works. So this is not set to pop up until the first tutorial is true, which we do here. And then voila. Okay. So that works. And this should only show. Can I throw an if statement in here? I don't really know. Completed 0. I don't even know if I can actually throw this under here, but I'm gonna try. It feels like I should not be able to. That's alert dialog. It's the one right after that is the one I need. How cool would that be? Does that work? Yeah? Sometimes things just work the way I want them to the first time, and wow. I mean, so here I should not get a message then, right? Yeah. But that also should have shown. If tutorials completed 0 is equal to true, and then what is courses showing? If it's not, but if it is, it should be doing this. And they are pulling from the same thing, are they not? That should only show if it's not. So if it's false, then it should show. Yes. So it's not getting read. Because I'm not saving it. Or no, I am saving it, am I not? On the main menu, update tutorial values. No, that's only this. I'm not doing this to save. We got to do save tutorial progress too. Tutorial progress, temp tutorials. Just like that. And now we should be able to dismiss it. Courses will pop up. And then I should be able to reload. And we get no message, and courses is still up. As intended. Love it. Love it, love it. All right, we're working now. So main menu goes, and then we go to courses. Courses is what I have next. Courses summary. So we go to courses, this pops up. This is your course list. And so then the same set state is what we need here. I'm gonna get an error because I don't have this right here. And this whole thing should only show if the first tutorial is not true. I threw it, yeah. If tutorial, nope, there we go, completed 1. So this is saying if 1 is not true, meaning that 1 is false, meaning the tutorial has not been shown, then it'll show it. But then once you dismiss it, it won't be shown anymore. Whew. Change that to 1, and then we're good. That's it. So courses is done. Just gonna really use the add button or added directly from the global list. Period. Add the next course you intend to play to proceed. Yeah, I think so. Let's go ahead and throw a little new line there. Yeah. I think that's what we're going for. All right, so then here we have to judge whether the user has added a course. I don't even think they should be able to use the global list. I don't think so. I think I want this to be add the next course you intend to play using the add course button to proceed. I did the restart, didn't I? Now it's not working. I need the tutorials to reset so I can test it. So I've got to get rid of this for the time being. And then we can uncomment that back out. I need it to not read the values. Add a course button. Let's make sure we get this right. A course button to proceed. Add a course. And so on add a course, we need another basically identical pop-up. And I really don't need this one. The tutorial is all kind of taking place outside of the main view, which I think I prefer anyways. I think I'm a fan. And so my hope is that I can kind of get away with just copying and pasting this guy into each of the files. We're going to find out, that's for sure. I do need my import here. They all need to be consumers, don't they? So we're going to have some editing to do. This is just, I think this consumer state requirement is just trying to indicate that the full widget itself is actually observing a variable and needs to update itself from time to time. It could just be completely making stuff up. I really don't know. But I think that's what we're going for. Add a course. This is the first of 2 screens. Add your first course. Type in the course name. Location. Number of holes. And what score you'd expect to receive a 1,000 rating on that course. Let's go here. You can also select relative hole difficulties to make some holes play harder, easier than others, and can opt to create multiple pin positions for each hole. These have the info buttons too, so I think that's probably okay. Set state 2. Update tutorial values. I think so. I think that's working. Nope, I don't need zoom. Yeah. All right. Dismiss courses. Dismiss. Add a course. You know what I do need to do? The tutorial should not be dismissible. How did I do that? What view did I have? That's an option here that we need to enable for sure. Main menu, because there should not be any clicking. Barrier dismissible. Thank you. Barrier dismissible is false. And that line needs to be included in every single one of them, because I want it to be dismissed on the button, and if they dismiss outside of it, it's a little harder for me to check. And I want some confirmation that, you know, they read it and that they're ready to proceed and didn't just accidentally tap outside of it. Can't click outside of it. Courses. So I really don't need to disable these. I wonder if I go, let's say we delete this. Reordering courses is kind of funky here, but doesn't do anything with just the one course. I want globalist to be disabled until that second one's true, though. I think I am on board with that one. That one makes sense to me. How did I... Let me go to the main menu. global list. Here's what we need. Try is completed 2. If it's false, I don't really need it to do anything. Like this just needs to be in here. What is so funky about this? Oh, because I already have the... No, that did not fix it. Just the 2 on press. Is that the issue? Yeah, that was the issue. Okay. Now we're back, and then give me the reading the tutorial values. We'll copy that up here. And so now, until a course is added, global list will be disabled. You can't delete the test course. It doesn't go anywhere. You have to have one course in the app, which I'm on board with. That is intentional currently. Man, I'm tired. I would love to do this earlier, but I don't have time earlier. This is not the most exciting thing to code either, which doesn't help. It does not help. Let's do a reset. Make sure I'm mentally aware of what is going on here. Courses, dismiss, global is disabled, add a course. Did not get a pop-up there. If there should be 2. Two global courses should be tied to 1, right? That's back here. No, tied to 2. I don't want it to be available until add a courses. Yep. Add a course. To add, let's just say add a course, not add your first. Let's get rid of that. Type in the course name, location, number of holes, what score you would expect to receive 1,000 rating. What score you would accept to see. I think select here should be enable. I'm gonna change that. Man, I'm yawning. We're coding tutorials. This is not exciting, but this is part of it. I want to make sure that these descriptions are in. Is that scrollable? I feel like it should by default be scrollable, just in case scrollable isn't an option there. I really thought that scrollable was for alert dialog. It is here, I believe. Scrollable. I think let's just set this to true. Can't click outside of it, which is the intended. Scrollable is true. Main menu. Just in case I ever extend the length of the tutorial or something, I don't want to have any boundary issues because the words are creeping past the edge of the pop-up. So that's why I'm throwing this in. But I want to make sure, because I don't think it will become scrollable unless it actually extends. Yeah, so it still doesn't scroll, but if it does extend past, then that scrollable kicks in and it won't create any issues. If I go back, global list should not be tied to 2. So I'm going to end up interjecting another tutorial over here. Oh, it's going to be painful. The numbers are annoying too, because I'm going to end up changing stuff. Add a course, false. Add holes, tutorial, false. Course reviews. Add course review. Add course review tutorial. I really shouldn't even be doing the numbers because I know they're going to change again, but whatever. Okay. I think that's right. Because after you get past this screen, you do the excuse me. You go set the pars and distances for each hole, along with difficulty if you enabled that. I want there to be a summary here too. A summary on that page. So add a course is good. That works as intended. So we can, let's back out of that. Courses menu will leave because I still need to edit the global course unlock. So let's go to add holes. Let's start with our usual edits here. Let's do the copy here first. Some fun coloring that's doing there. Consumer. And last one. Nope, can't spell. Oh man, I should have gotten a coffee. Might have to tap out after this. So tired. Okay, I've got that in. Now we need our block here to show the tutorial. So let's throw that in right here. I already have the init state. Okay. I have the super init state. So this widgets binding is what I need. No, I need the whole thing right there. No, give me the W. That's going to annoy me. Come on. Get rid of this because I already have that code in here. And this guy's just going to plop right there. Okay. If, so add holes is 3. 3. If that's not there, this shows. Let's just get to the view so I can see it. Whole info. Is where you'll, this is where you can I hate not being able to do the single quotation marks. This is where you'll add the par, distance, pin positions if selected, relative difficulty if selected, that really should be it. Relative difficulties are automatic, that's disabled. This should not be showing. I'll go fix that in a minute. And if selected for each hole once. Pars are currently all. Distances will default to 300 if not entered, and pars will default to 3. Once your whole information is in, click scroll down and tap go to review. Think so. Set state 3 is equal to true. And we're saving. You know, I think I'm fine with this, but I think if the user's like halfway through this add a course tutorial and they don't finish it, I wanted to show again. Like I wanted to show until they've added a course. So I'm actually gonna go take this save off. And we're not gonna save it until they do it all in one go. I don't think that creates any issues. That's how I want it to work. It's still going to set it equal to true. And then if they do it on the next view, then we'll, yeah, that's going to create issues. That's okay. I don't think there was anything else on that view I didn't want them to press. So that one should be fine. And then let's go to add course review. I do already have the consumer stateful widget here, which is wonderful. Let's go back to courses menu, and here I need this. Add course review. This can go here. Yup, okay. Yeah. So I already had that in here because I was updating the course information, which makes sense. Because this is the final view for that. Course review. This is where you'll review. Stupid double quotation marks. Double and single. This is where you'll review all the information you've entered for the course. If everything looks good, tap, what's that button say? Add, no. Tap add to list at the bottom of the view. Okay, I'm on board with that. This we'll need. I think. Not 100% sure. If tutorial is completed, add course review is going to be 4. 4. So that means to say 4. And then my set state, I'm still not going to save the progress yet. And actually, I don't even want that. That should show if 4 is not true. I do not want this to exist until they've actually added the course. We'll make the view disappear. Yes, that is what I need to do. So I'm going to take that and then all the way down here on pressed, add course to personal list if tutorials completed 4. I don't need another set state here. And then we'll just throw this in. 4 is equal to true. Update tutorial values. So now we should be able to go through, and then on the courses menu, global should be tied to 4. Global 4. So let's run through it. This pops up, lovely. Global is disabled, add a course. Testing tutorials. Doesn't really matter. Next step, whole info shows. This is where you'll add the par, distance, pin positions, and relative difficulty for each hole. Distances will default to 300 letters. Scroll down and tap go to review. Yep. Let's go ahead and fix this because this is gonna bug me. Add a course. Not 1000 dated or 1000 rated, excuse me. We need relative hole difficulties. New course automatic calculations equals false. On confirm. New course automatic. And then for add holes, that little slider should only be showing if add course data dot new course automatic. And then that should only be if it's false. If it's not false, that means it's manual. I believe so. No, I don't know what I clicked on. Don't do that. Comma here. And then text, and then to the bottom of this row. And that all needs to go inside that if statement. Yeah. All right, let's restart it one more time. Make sure that that's working as intended. Yeah, I want, if you're not enabling the relative hole difficulties at the start, so when we come in here, if this is set to automatic, then that means we're not manually inputting the relative hole difficulties, and I don't want it to be shown here. Like so, no relative hole difficulties. So that's good. We'll click go to review. And for the course, if everything looks good, tab add to list at the bottom of the view. Everything looks good. We've got our par 4, testing tutorials, no location. Distance is defaulted to 300. Add to list. And now global list is enabled. So that worked perfectly. I just love it when things work. All right, so course tutorials are now done. And then I could actually show another tutorial. Okay. False. After course is added tutorial. I'm going to stop with the numbers for now. We'll make a little break so I know how far I've gotten. But now when they get back to the courses menu after a course has been added, I want them to get that tutorial displayed. And then nothing else will happen until that's dismissed. That seems okay. I think I'm on board with that. Here, so this would just become we have this if statement, and we also do a else if tutorials completed 5. Is 5 right? Yeah, and then we will go throw this whole thing in there again. And this can just say, now that you've added double quotes. Now that you've added your first course, go back to the main menu to set up a tournament. Yep. And then set state here, 5. And then main menu, I want everything to be disabled until that's true. Main menu, dismiss. What do I have on the main menu? Settings. So settings should be disabled at a minimum 5, but that's probably still going to change, right? Let's put it at 5. At a minimum, it's going to be 5. Become a pro is 5. Support menu. Those numbers are all going to get higher because I don't want them all to just immediately be available. But 5. 5. 5. Course's name is good. All right, one last test. So the way I have it set up now, everything should be disabled except for courses. We'll go through the full thing, get the pop-up at the end saying go back and set up a tournament, and then everything will be enabled on the main menu, which is not the end intended functionality, but it is how I've coded it at the moment just for testing's sake. Let's go manual. Let's make sure those pop up now. Yep, we've got our sliders. Lovely. Throw that one at 8 just for fun. Scroll down, go to review, dismiss. We've got our difficulty, 8 pulled through. Add to list. That did not pop up. And I guess it's because it's not showing it launch because I'm popping back to it. I'm not reloading the view. Yeah. That makes sense. What is the right way to go about that? One thing I could try. I don't know if this is the right thought process, but I will try it. If else so course name, otherwise I'm going to push. I don't know how well this is going to work, but let's give it a go. Why is that? That's 4. And then what I can do is I can take this and throw that in the main menu. This is my thought, at least. I don't know how valid this is, but we're gonna find out. So my thought is that instead of popping back to a view that has already been loading, I'm instead going to push the main menu, and I'm going explicitly to the main menu because it does not have a back button. If it did have a back button, then the back button on the main menu with this process would end up taking you back to the course review, which I don't want to happen, but because the main menu doesn't have a back button, it might work. Testing. That did work. All right. I like that. Let's go edit that title real quick. Course added. Sick. I'm calling it there. I'm so tired. But now we go through the course. It takes you here. And everything at that point is working as intended. So course tutorials are done. Next on the list is tournament setup. So ideally at that point the user's at the course and can set up their first tournament. Main menu to set up a tournament. Let's go here. Let's say starting a tournament will place you at. Starting a tournament will just added, or go add another course if you changed your mind. So that you're ready to start playing once the tournament is ready to go. Let me read that back. Now that you've added your first course, go back to the main menu to set up a tournament. Make your way to the course you just added, or go to another course, or go add another course if you change your mind, so that you're ready to start throwing once tournament setup is finished. Setup is finished. I like that. Just because I don't want people to be confused. Like this, the intent of the app is that it's a companion to your casual rounds. So you can set up a tournament, which is fine. You know, there's no issue with doing that before you're ready to throw. But setting up a tournament also, as you know, we've gone through, is really easy. You select the course you just added, select your division, tier, 1 round, and you're ready. Like tournament setup is 1 page. It's so fast, it takes 5 seconds. So it's literally a, like, you know, get out of the car, grab your bag, as you're walking to the first tee, set up your tournament, hit start. It's intended to be as easy as possible. And the idea, like, I know for me personally, and I would imagine most other disc golfers, you have your set courses you play at. I'm only in Salt Lake City. I live in the valley of Salt Lake City. We only have 3 courses that are actually in that valley. There's a few more that have been added, but they're south enough they're kind of hard for me to get to. So I have 3 courses within a reasonable, like, 25-minute drive. And those are the 3 that I play the most. So I add those 3 courses in once. And then regardless of where I drive in the Salt Lake Valley, I've got my list of courses here. I just click it, set up my tournament, ready to go. So there's a little bit of setup on the front end with getting a course in that I think goes pretty fast. But the idea is that once you've added it, you're done. So we will call it there on the tutorials. Next up is going to be the tournament setup. So we'll be clicking into this view and having another pop-up explaining what this is about. And we're going to do that for all the views so that they are all ready before beta testing starts on Friday. So that's going to be the goal. I'm going to call it there and go to sleep. And wish me luck at round 2 at Utah State's tomorrow. Had a rough round 1 today, but we are still in the cash, so could be worse.